So slides are visible? Okay, thank you so much. So first and foremost, thank you to Diabetes India, Dr. Arvind, Dr. Banshi Sabu sir for inviting me for this talk. Diabetes India is a very unique organization. I think it's one which is connected with real people, and I think it's a fantastic event, and I'm looking forward to all the talks in this event. So today I'm going to discuss how does flash glucose monitoring stand up in the real world. So this is the outline of my talk. I'm going to discuss what are the different types of continuous glucose monitoring that we have in India. What exactly is flash glucose monitoring? What are the real world evidence of flash glucose monitoring? We'll also see, now we are talking about real world, right? So how do our patients or what are the reviews of patients who use flash glucose monitoring? And finally, what people really need to understand about CGM? What are the pros and cons of using CGM? And what is the reality of CGM? We'll be discussing all these things in this talk. So let's begin with what are the different types of CGM devices that are available in India. Now, CGM or continuous glucose monitoring is divided into three different types. So you have the professional CGM, you have the flash CGM, and you have the real-time CGM. Now, the professional CGM in India which you have is Medtronic iPro 2 and Abbott Freestyle Libre Pro. The flash CGM that you have is Abbott Freestyle Libre. So those who are new to CGM, please understand Freestyle Libre Pro and Freestyle Libre are different. Libre Pro is the one which is having a white sensor, and that is the one which is used as a retrospective or a professional CGM, whereas the one with a black colored sensor is the one which is the flash CGM. So that's the different device altogether. And then you have real-time CGM which are available in India. You have Medtronic Guardian Connect and Dexcom. Both of them are slightly expensive, so they're not that popular in India, but in the West they are very, very popular. So what exactly is flash glucose monitoring? Now, flash glucose monitoring, there are two components of flash CGM, as you can see from this picture. So what you see here is this is the sensor, and the one which is held by this person in this hand is the reader. So you have the sensor which is applied to the skin. It is typically applied in the arm, and then through the technology here which is used is known as NFC or near field communication. NFC is very at one point of time people thought that NFC will replace Bluetooth, but somehow it has not gained so much popularity. But for devices, medical devices like this, NFC is very useful. So the reader and the sensor connect with each other with using NFC. If you've seen a credit card being used by new credit card machines, they just tap the credit card on the machine and it automatically takes the data. That is also NFC. So same way, a similar technology is being used here, that is known as NFC technology. So whenever you want to check your sugar, all you need to do is you need to take your reader, put it close to the sensor, and it will take the data from the sensor and it will flash you the glucose value which is there presently. So this is why it's known as flash glucose monitoring, because whenever you flash it, you get a reading. Right now, it's like there's a saying in Hinduism that if you don't ask for it, you will not get it. Right? This is from Gita. So if you ask for it, if you ask for the reading, right, you'll get it. This is famous story of Sanjay. Telling the Mahabharata live session to Dhritarashtra, but only when he was asked about what is going on, he would be able to tell what's going on. So that is how it is with this also. So whenever the reader asks the sensor for the glucose reading, you will get the reading. So if you don't ask for it, you will not get the reading. That's the challenge of flash glucose monitoring. So on one hand, it is better than a real time. It's better than a professional CGM, which is retrospective. On the other hand, it is not as good as a real-time CGM, because your sugar might be dipping, your sugar might be 50 and you will not get the reading because you are not asked for it. That's the problem. So flash glucose monitoring is this slide I just added. I had to add this after this wonderful talk by Dr. Ram about laughter, and this is a comedian called Ronnie Cheng, and this is my joke, my version of a joke. I am not as good at a comedian as as a person rather as Dr. Ram, but I would say that Ronnie Chang is a Chinese American comedian, and this is one of his specials on Netflix. And this actually, why this is important, because flash glucose monitoring is kind of, it typifies, what Ronnie Cheng was talking about in this comedy special. So what he talks about is that, we are in this world where we want everything now, right? We want it right now, right? We need it now. Like, you have Amazon Prime, so we need it faster, we need it stronger, So, it's not enough that, you want it within the same day, you want it within that hour, you want it, it should be like, as soon as you click a button, that device or that whatever you ordered should be available in your hand, So flash glucose monitoring is like that, as soon as you flash the flash the reader on the sensor, you will get the reading, it's instant value. You don't have to take, a glucometer, you'll have to, take the strips, you'll have to put the strip inside the glucometer, you'll have to, prick yourself, then you have to take the blood, that blood has to be put on the glucometer, it takes, typically a typical glucose monitoring would take 5 minutes, plus it will be painful. Whereas a flash glucose monitoring is instant, just take that reader, put it on the sensor and you'll get the data, right? So that's the, this is the world we are living in. Everything is instantly given to you. So what are the real world evidence of flash glucose monitoring, right? How does flash glucose monitoring stand up in the real world? What is interesting is there is a lot of data which is emerging on flash glucose monitoring, and it has become very, very popular, and it's also a very popular mean for, a way of studying diabetes also. So this is a study done from Spain, where what they wanted to see was that does flash glucose monitoring really have any benefit to the patient? Ultimately, does it improve the glycemic control? Does it help the patient in any way? And what the study found was that time in range, which is a parameter of good glycemic control, was higher for the people who used to scan the highest, right? So if you scan more, if you ask for more data, you will get better results. So ultimately what they found was that people who use this CGM more or a flash glucose monitoring more, they found better results. So if you talk about the glycemic variability matrix, it correlated positively with the time below 70 or below 54, above 180, and negatively with the time in range. And as seen from clinical trials, flash glucose monitoring real world settings allows frequent glucose checks. High scan rates are associated with favorable glycemic markers of increased time in range, reduced time in hyperglycemia and hypoglycemia, and improves glycemic variability. So ultimately, the more you flash the CGM, the better your glycemic control will ultimately be. This is another review on the topic. This, what they looked at is a recent review. You can see, I think it's as recent as 2021. So in patients with type 2 diabetes, receiving insulin therapy, what they found was that the data from, there's a study known as replay study, 6 months replay study, where they compared the use of flash glucose monitoring vis-a-vis an SMBG for the same period of time. And what they found was that the patients who used CGM, they had less time spent in hypoglycemia, less severe hypoglycemic event, but overall there was no difference in terms of the HbA1c, but the hypoglycemia period reduced. And then you had subsequent RCTs and real world data using flash glucose monitoring, where they found was that in real world settings, in type 1 diabetes and in type 2 diabetes, it was found that it actually not only improved the glycemic variability and reduced the time spent for hypoglycemia, but it also improved the HbA1c. So in a research setting, it did not improve the HbA1c, but in a real world setting, it improves the HbA1c. And similar to what we found from the earlier study, this review also says that the more time you scan your reader, scan your sensor, the more time you flash your CGM, the better glycemic control you will achieve, right? So I think this is the missing point in a lot of our patients. It's a learning point here, that the more the patient is involved in the care, involved in his or her own care, the better the patient will do over a short term as well as a long term period. Another study from Brazil also found similar results. They concluded that patients who had higher frequency of scans, more frequent taking of readings, they found that these patients had better glycemic control and had better clinical outcomes. This is a study done from India, right? This is from Dr. V. Mohan's group. What they actually use Libre Pro, and again they also found that overall using a flash CGM with an AGP was associated with better HbA1c reduction, both in type 1 as well as type 2 diabetes. So overall, the improvement in HbA1c was maintained across all age groups at different centers across the country. And so it's in a multi-centric trial, they actually found that this was a very, very effective thing. And ultimately, what they concluded was that use of flash CGM was very useful in Indian patients also. So all these studies have similar conclusions. the conclusions which you can, talk about are that we can expect better glycemic control and better time in range, better HbA1c, less episodes of hypoglycemia and other glycemic emergencies in patients who use flash CGM. So ultimately, the more you use a flash CGM, the better impact it will have on the glycemic control. Now, this benefit is not limited to type 1 diabetes. The benefit was seen in both type 1 as well as type 2 diabetes. And most importantly, the more the patient scanned, the more benefit the patient got. So ultimately, it is very important that the patient scans more frequently, and more frequently the patient scans, the more frequently the patient does a CGM, the better it is for the patient in terms of the glycemic output and in terms of the clinical benefit. Now, there is one very important aspect of flash CGM is that it gives you trend arrows, right? So you can actually predict where you're going. So if your trend arrow is flat, that means your glucose is stable. If your trend arrow is going up, that means your glucose is going up. And if your trend arrow is going down, that means your glucose values are going down. So with this, you can predict. Let's say my current, glucose value is 120, and it is showing a trend value going down. That means that perhaps if I don't eat enough next few hours, I'm probably going to develop after, hypoglycemia after, 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, right? So let's say my sugar is already 80 and I'm going to bed and my trend arrow is showing down. Then it tells me that, if I don't, have something to eat, perhaps the patient, I will develop hypoglycemia in the next few hours, and, that will lead to a nocturnal hypoglycemia. So hence, a trend arrow is very useful for the patient to predict, and those patients who understand these trend arrows are able to do better in terms of their glycemic control and overall glycemic parameters. So, but we don't at end of the day, when you talk about flash CGM, the flash CGM is ultimately being used by the patients. It is not being used by the doctors. The doctors, of course, you get the data ultimately, and you use the data for better glycemic control. But at end of the day, it is the patient who has to use it, right? So what are the reviews of a patient with the use of flash glucose monitoring? This is something which is very interesting, and this is something which I really wanted to find out, that how do patients perceive use of flash glucose monitoring. Now, we talked to some of our patients already on flash glucose monitoring, and took some feedback from them, especially those who were of the younger age and who are very technically sound. We talked to those patients a little more. But then I also wanted to see what people across the country, what patients across the country have to say about it. So I got a sort of flash of an idea, that why not look at the customer reviews on Amazon. And very interestingly, flash glucose monitoring, or Abbott Libre, is available on Amazon. And let's see what patients are talking about as far as the flash glucose monitoring is concerned. So these are some of the terms which were frequently used. These were trending issues in the overall reviews which the patient talked about. Of course, Freestyle Libre Pro overall, all these things were fine. People talked about overall experience, whether it's worth buying or not. They talked about glucose levels, blood sugars. They, hassle-free, something which was the word which was used very frequently. Experience with free lifestyle is generally good. Highly recommended. So these were some of the terminologies which patients preferred using when they talked about flash CGM. Right now, some of the issues were very common. So I've highlighted some issues which were very common to patients. And this is what, when you prescribe a flash CGM to your patient, these issues you have to be aware about. And I also talk about, the answers which you should give to your patients with regards to these things, right? So this patient says that, I'll just talk about what is highlighted here, right? What he says is that Mr. Satish says that sensor life is unpredictable. It is a bit odd to see that the sensor is always 30 to 40 points lower than the readings of a built-in meter. Remember, the flash CGM which you get from Abbott, it also works as a glucometer itself. Again, it is also observed that the sensor reading is 40 to 50 points lower than that of a AccuCheck reading, right? So that AccuCheck is another brand of glucometer. And one more comment related to data management: I could not transfer the data from meter to any other device. So these are some of the issues which this patient has with regards to the use of flash CGM, right? Now, I'm going to talk about the lower glucose reading in a few minutes. So, that point will take, in a while. But there's another thing, which we are not highlighted here, and that's the one here. This patient, actually the sensor died after use in a couple of days. This has been observed in a lot of patients, so be careful. Sometimes what happens is that the sensor kind of doesn't work at all, or within 1 or 2 days it dies. I had a couple of patients who had this issue, and thankfully the Abbott, there is a toll-free number in that. You call them up and they'll replace the sensor. That is what they generally do. So they do a free replacement of the sensor, and these are things. The issue about lower readings compared to AccuCheck or compared to their own glucometer, we'll discuss in a few minutes. We'll talk about this point. This patient says that it's an excellent product, very useful, but of course he talks about price, which is very important, right? So the sensor cost about 5,000 rupees for 14 days, right? So if you talk about a monthly cost, that's added 10,000 rupees an extra month to the patient. So this makes it a little expensive compared to if you talk about a Freestyle Libre Pro, the sensor cost only 2,200 rupees. So the Libre Pro is much cheaper compared to Libre, and the Libre it costs about 5,000, which is on the expensive end. So all patients may not be able to. A lot of patients would read it, but a lot of patients would not be able to afford it, and that is one of the challenges which you have. This is another patient who says that it stopped working after 2 days. It didn't work for 14 days. So this is a common issue. Especially, it is seen in Indian context. I don't know why. I think the company can probably, tell us more about it. But one thing, like I said, is that they'll replace it free of charge if this issue typically happens, right? This patient says that in his or her experience, the Freestyle Libre is simple and it's a painless process. One of the best part is that it is receiving information about glucose level without having to prick your finger, use test strips, lancets of blood. All you need to do is just press the button on the reader and scan the sensor. So for this patient, this is a very useful tool because it makes the life of this person very, very simple, right? This is another patient who has again good things to say about it. The patient says that the sensor is put on painlessly, so a very easy process to apply. That is a good part about this. It stays on for the next 2 weeks. You can sleep using it. It's waterproof, so you can take a bath. You can wear it under your clothes. It's very easy. It is very discreet. So it's a great product in that sense for this patient to use. There's another issue that is constant in a lot of these reviews is that you cannot lack of transfer data in India. There is a reason for this. I'll deal with this at this point of time. See, the issue is that currently the Freestyle Libre Pro, there is a desktop software which comes along with it, but the Freestyle Libre, which is the more expensive one, and that's the Flash CGM, the company has not released any software or has not released any system by which you can transfer the data to the desktop. So you'll get the data within the reader, and you can review the data from the reader, but you cannot download it. But there is a workaround to this. There is a international website which is official website of Abbott, which is known as LibreView. So it's www.libreview.com. So you can go to this website. The only thing is that this website cannot be used in India. So what you need to do is you need to use something which is known as VPN, right? Those who are very familiar with using day-to-day computer and electronics will be familiar with VPN. VPN actually basically hides that fact that you are from India, right? So you can use a VPN. You can sign up with this. You can give an American address or a UK address or something like that, right? So you can do that. Once you sign up, it will download a small software on your hard disk, and then using that software as an adapter, you can plug in your CGM device and it will take up the data just like your desktop. In fact, you don't need any software at all. Directly you can transfer the data to this website. It gives you beautiful reports without doing it. Now, if you don't want to do this, there is another third-party app known as Tidepool, Tidepool. So Tidepool is a free software which can take data from Abbott Libre, and it can again sync the data on the website, and you can generate reports for the patient. You can also get data like time in range, the glycemic variability, the standard deviation and everything, right? So you can use either Tidepool, which is a third-party software, or you can use the official software called LibreView. But the only thing is LibreView, I don't know what the issue is with, why are we treated as third-class citizens in our own country? I don't understand. But at the same time, LibreView is not available in India, but you can use a VPN and you can easily sign up. That is what I do. I've been using this for quite some time now, and it's very seamless, and it works perfectly. So if you need any help, you can get in touch with me. I'll help you how to kind of sign up to LibreView and download your data. So you can download the data. Only thing is, you need to work around it. They have not made it as an easy process, which is unfortunate. So if anybody from Abbott company are listening to this, I think they should be sorting out this problem very, very soon. Okay, but so there are issues which people need to understand about CGM, right? So from these reviews, there are a couple of issues which I'd really like to point out. The first is, a lot of people talk about accuracy. As you saw from a couple of reviews that, people wanted to know about the accuracy. Why is it so accurate or inaccurate? Well, to measure the accuracy, there is a data which we generate, which is known as mean absolute relative difference, or MARD. This is a popular way of characterizing the performance of any glucometer or CGM device. Now, if you see the data, these are the MARD values of various glucometers which are available across the world. And the lower the MARD value, the better the accuracy of the device. So the best device is actually Contour Next. Contour Next is available, in India. It is manufactured by Panasonic, so it's available in India as Contour Plus One. So it's available in India, so you can use that. You have One Touch also available in India, AccuCheck, etc. So these are all. This is Abbott Freestyle Lite. So these are some of the glucometers. Similar glucometers are available in India. These are very accurate glucometers compared to there are certain companies where the glucometer is not very accurate, right? So typically, if you see from this glucometer, the MARD value is anywhere about 6 or 7 to something as high as 20, right? It cannot be more than 20 because FDA does not allow the inaccuracy to be more than 20%. So typically the accuracy is in the range of 10, about 5 to 20. So average of 10. So median values of 10 is typically what you find in terms of the MARD value. So if you compare that to glucometer, to the CGM devices, the MARD value of CGM is also very comparable to the glucometer. So typically if you talk about Freestyle Libre, the MARD value is 9.7. So it falls somewhere in the middle in terms of accuracy with the glucometer. So you will expect a difference of 10% very easily compared to any glucometer, right? This one person who talked about 30 to 40, well, in clinical practice, we don't see that big a difference, but we definitely see a difference of 10%. So typically, let's say your glucose value is 100, your CGM would typically show 90. It generally shows a slightly lower value. So it typically would show a value of 90. If your value is, if your glucose reading is 90, it will typically show something like 81 or 80, right? So always consider a 10% difference. And remember, your CGM device will always show 10% lower value. The reason is that these devices are factory calibrated, and Abbott has intentionally made it as a slightly lower calibration so that we don't miss out hypoglycemia. So that is the reason why these tend to be on the lower end of calibration, and you will typically find about 10 milligram per deciliter, about 10% lower value with a CGM compared to the glucometer, right? So this is something you should keep in mind when you are dealing with this glucometers. Second, like I said, you need to understand trends. This is very, very important. So if you have a trend value up, it means that the glucose value is very rapidly rising. If it is something like this, it shows it is rising. That means it is increasing by 1 to 2 milligram per deciliter or 30 to 60 milligram per deciliter in 30 minutes. When it's flat, it means that it is not changing much. This is the best case scenario. When it is falling like this, it means that it is falling by 30 to 60 milligram in 30 minutes. And if it's rapidly falling, this cases you have to take immediate action. Otherwise, the patient will develop hypoglycemia, right? So typically you can see here, right? You can see some down dippings here. But what you have to remember is that don't use CGM for hypoglycemia, especially in normal people. Like I said, if you use CGM, you will get lower readings. Typically in this, you can see that, this is a normal person using a CGM, and you'll find slightly lower readings, right? So always keep in mind that don't use CGM to detect hypoglycemias, because, you will get false positives, and, you might end up misdiagnosing the patient. Flash often. The more you flash, the more you will, get more accurate result, right? This comes from the law of what is known as law of averages. So the more, see, this is, same principle if you use, let's say an SIP in a mutual fund, right? So more frequently you invest in a mutual fund, the more better average return you will get, right? In the same way, the more you flash, the more data you will get, and more data you will get overall, you will get a more decent figure in terms of the accuracy, right? Again, there are a lot of third-party apps. There is an app known as Glimp. In this Glimp app, you can do a calibration. So in this, we have used the Glimp app to calibrate the sugar reading. This is a type 1 patient, right? And you can see what this red dot you see, that means the patient checked using their own glucometer, then entered the data, and using all these third-party applications, you will be able to calibrate it and make your readings much better, right? This is a great article by one person who is a user himself of the CGM, and what he says is that overall inaccuracy is higher in the first few days after using a CGM and the last few days of using CGM. So when you are using it for 14 days, the first one to 2 days you will find more inaccuracy, and the last 1 to 2 days you will find more inaccuracy, right? So ultimately the middle part is when you get the most accurate data, right? Some patients, like this first patient said, the difference was 30 to 40 milligram per deciliter. Perhaps it was because the readings were taken in the first day. So allow the CGM to kind of get into its momentum in the first 2 days. So first 2 days, you will find a lot of inaccuracy, but after that your accuracy becomes very, very solid and becomes very close to what you use in your using your glucometer in day-to-day practice, right? So just to summarize what we learned today, flash glucose monitoring or flash CGM is a form of intermittently used CGM. The one which is available in India is known as a Abbott Libre. There are various real-life evidence studies from across the world which have shown that the use of flash CGM improves glycemic control, improves the time in range, reduces the risk of hypoglycemia and hyperglycemia. The more you flash, so this is something you should tell your patients, the more you flash, the better results you'll get. Indian users are very happy with the ease and convenience of the use of CGM, but they have issues with price, they have issues with the dying of sensor, lack of data transfer and accuracy. We have tried to deal with all these issues. Perhaps again, if your patient has any queries, these are things you can kind of discuss with the patients. And most importantly, CGM is more useful for trends rather than for accuracy. So try to use CGM more to predict data, to get trends of the data, rather than to see a bird eye view of the data rather than to really focus on accuracy. This device is not made for accuracy. This device is basically made for to look at the trend and you look at the pattern, right? And that is the key fundamental you should understand while you're using a CGM. So I thank you all for a patient listening, and once again I thank the organizers for allowing me to